These guys. There we go. Quickly, what happened in this game? E4, we have a Sicilian, open Sicilian. Maroczy bind. D5, if D5 does not have your attention, it should. This bishop's going to get kicked around with B4. This knight, however, is going to jump in right now. Isn't it? Who would you prefer to be? Who would you rather be here? Call it out. I have a strong feeling that I would like to play... Ooh, I'm looking in the chat now. We have Vivo for short, saying white. Flamin' Bird saying black. Lems black, and too many others that I just can't keep up with. My opinion is that, well, I like white. I like having this grip over D5. I like having this possibility of B4. In fact, B4 cannot... For a second, I was thinking B4 could be met with knight D4, but it can't. You take the bishop, you're on the queen. I like this stronghold over D5. Another thing that drew my attention is this queen being on B7. While it might seem appealing to be on this diagonal and stopping white from castling, this move, by the way, I think is very awkward. I see the queen as interfering with this pawn advance. And now this queen is very deep in the white position. This is a very interesting move. Might this move have been aimed at just preventing the b-pawn's advance altogether? I believe that that is the main reason behind it. Now this knight is going to be giving white the business. He's going to be giving white the business here, right? Knight d4, queen d1. Have to get rid of this queen. She's just a giant pest, isn't she? She can't be tolerated. You have to get rid of her. However, the knight could then replace the queen and land a fork, pick up the bishop pair. If black is able to get rid of... I'm, by the way, starting to like black much better with these last handful of moves, but the one we initially jumped into, I was definitely preferring white. So we could have the queens being exchanged, and now the knight picking up the dark square bishop. This all of a sudden starts to not be as much of an issue. There are two pieces here covering it. And this guy is sort of a dead piece, is he not? What do you do here? What's black considering? Getting the rook involved? Queen takes queen, throw the knight in reverse, and then jump in here. Okay, that's what we're having. Knight b3. Knight b3 coming up. And why is that not being played right away? Okay, there we go. Maybe there was another move black was wanting to do. So I guess grab this bishop before it's maybe too late. However, no. There's not even a need. There wasn't a need to grab that bishop right away. Bishop here, bishop takes, knight takes, could be met then with a knight fork on d2. So now white is very weak on the dark squares. Someone recently on the Facebook page was asking, how do you know when your opponent has a particular weakness in their position? How do you know whether they're weak on white or black? Well, this is a perfect example of Team White being weak on the dark squares because they don't have a dark square bishop and their remaining pawns are on light squares. They have a lot of light square control, but very weak on the dark squares. Black is controlling a ton, white not so much. So how can black look to exploit this? This is a typical break right here, and it's okay. Okay, hang on. There was some pin right here, but okay, we're having bishop there, aren't we? Interesting turn of events here. If the position becomes maybe a bit too simplified, I think there is some value in having this king closer to the center, and now things are a little bit crazy here. A little bit crazy or a lot crazy maybe. Black is breaking in the center, and this king can't feel so comfortable just yet with still so many pieces on the board. Both rooks and 3 minor pieces. Still a lot of possibilities for tactics. Whoa. That's getting very crazy, is it not? Pawn takes, rook right here, discovered tricks. This knight is still pinned. This can't be good. This can't be good. This king has to go, he has to go back to where he came from. King to e2. You're really asking, white is really asking for a beating if he doesn't play king to e2. Pretty sure. Oh man, white is definitely asking for a beating. Bishop takes knight. This knight is the juicier of the two. Right here. That's going to be game over, isn't it? Oh no. Look at the clock. What's happening here? I'm getting nervous again. I'm getting nervous. Look at what that's how deadly that move was. That's how deadly bishop takes c3 was. It smashed the clock. The clock went black and blue on that one. Okay, so what do? These guys, it's just frozen here. Wow. And I clicked on a move. Okay. Well, I think whether or not the game ended, I'm definitely not going to be able to go back to it. I don't know what just happened there. That was a disaster. Bishop takes c3. The clock got smashed up right there. That game was dead anyhow. That was discovered check, and black was netting a minor piece. So who cares about this game anymore?